term is still used anymore. The Bluetooth was supposed to be, oh yes, well, very, very power efficient, very, very focused, this, that, and the other thing. And yes, that is the case, I'm sure, but it sort of requires that you have a decent protocol, not just a small battery and transceiver.
So, yeah, interesting. I remember the first phone that I had it on my phone. It was a long time ago. So it's come a long ways, but I guess there's probably better options.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Back Community Call. It is Tuesday, August 1st, 2023, 2:01 p.m. Hope you all are doing well. Glad to be back this week. I was out last week on a family vacation in Western Colorado, and but luckily everybody on the team stepped up. Jenny and Drew and you all stepped up, and it sounds like it went pretty well. So glad to hear that it did, and glad to be back. So as far as things that are new goes, I'm still kind of catching up. But one thing that is noteworthy. So I've been connecting with the rewards and support folks from the feedback that we had the week before last on this call, and I'm kind of chewing through the feedback with the team to try and work on that. And I've also kind of put a bug to the social team too on some of the feedback from that too. So I wanted to give folks an update on that and let you all know that that work's going on that front. And I see that we have I think we have Sherrell here. How's it going, Sherrell? Oh no, not Sherrell. Sorry. Oops. We got Drew here. What's new with you, Drew?
Hey, Luke. Hope your vacation was good. Welcome back. But yeah, everything's going pretty well. We had our weekly Twitter space last Friday. It was kind of a security and safety focused Twitter space with the community safety lead from the Pudgy Penguins. This week we've got, we're still kind of finalizing who we'll have this week, but so we'll have our Twitter space then, and then trivia, and then some games on Saturday with Dragon Dave. And then, I think, I don't know if Batearn, Batearn is here. I know we have probably some ambassador updates and stuff as well, because I know Stan was at a convention there in Kenya, and I don't know if he wants to talk about that, or Guillermo or somebody, but I'll let them go. Other than that, we're just kind of plugging along, getting through summer here, trying to stay cool.
Yeah. It seems like there's heat waves everywhere, man. But no, it's good to hear. So Batearn, how are you doing?
I am glad you're back. It was all right covering you last week, but don't make us do it every week.
Appreciate the coverage as always. You all are awesome at helping out when life happens.
No, it's all good. Jenny rallied us all together. So I've got all the winning memes from the contest to start with.
Excellent.
I want to post them in the chat now so everyone can examine them.
Let's do it. Oh, look at that.
So we've got Bows and Jimmy. Obviously, any meme contest, they're probably going to win. They went for the extra effort of, everyone loves a good meme, you got the funny picture, but they actually went, did the GIF route with music. Whoa, we're living in a new era of memes here.
Oh my gosh, I see it.
Got Nam Gang, he's just so consistent with his memes. You got to give him credit. Always in there with the meme, like several all the time. Always good to see. Well, I think I might have missed out the actual link on the last. Oh no. We've got we've got Lewis. I am always a sucker for you take a picture of a bunch of faces on, then you put other faces on them. I do like that. And then the JT's one, it made me smile. It was a bit of a brutal one, but that always entertains me. Speaking of which, I love that Nam's one a couple of weeks ago, which was just like brave guy with an axe, just like murder. That was a good one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's like not like looking in a mirror, but
If it was looking in the mirror, I wouldn't be. Yeah.
this is awesome. What's up with ambassadors too?
Yeah, I've got that too. I just saw all the stuff going on your screen, so I thought I'd leave that a moment to get through. But yeah, ambassador's going really well. We've got like the seeds we've planted now. You know, it's been for quite a while. It's been like, yeah, we're onboarded. Yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, same thing. But now it's like stuff starting to show fruit. So yeah, Stan went to a blockchain event in Kenya, and like, he shared the good word on Batearn Brave. You know, he spoke to a lot of people. He helped someone install a wallet. But the one key thing you learn from it is there's a lot of scams going on in Kenya. So when you tell people just like, oh yeah, come download this, they're like, oh. So we've got to get them a QR code for next time. Just
Nice.
People trust that a bit more. Because he told me before, and I thought he just wanted, he just wanted a block. He wanted a QR code just so you can register how many people. It was a want, not a need. But yeah, and then Bruno, he went to an art event in Brazil, and onboarded a bunch of people into Web3 via Brave. You know, he showed them how everything works. You know, gave them good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was hearing too. Like, there was like an MIT Tech article from like a year ago about WorldCoin with like scams and stuff like that were going on. It makes sense to hear that you guys are hearing the same feedback too.
Well, there's always scams everywhere, but you know we've got to be the people standing against them because we're the good guys.
Yep.
Whatever we can do. Another thing we're doing at the moment is purging.
Which one?
I don't care as long as it's got them all.
All right, Mr.
Well, this one's pretty good. It's got a nice.
Yeah.
This is like lunch with Marshall. Here, let me.
Yeah, I want to hear all about the golden era of the internet.
There, I'll just there we go.
I remember like when we all met up that one night. I was expecting a big crypto talk, and I ended up sat next to Marshall Rose, and it was just like I was just hearing about the glory days of like the original internet. I'm like, whoa, this is very interesting, but it's not what I signed up for. Anyway, yeah, to continue, we're having a bit of a purge of all the inactive accounts. I've given everyone till like the end of September now to have an interview with me and Jenny. Because, like, well, for one, I love just purging people. You know, it's always fun getting rid of people out of a group, you know. And I think it's better to have a small group of connected and active ambassadors because I think that's more powerful than having a large disconnected group of lurkers. You know, if everyone knows everyone, everyone's spoken to everyone, and everyone trusts everyone, you can achieve more than having a large group.
That's awesome.
And final point relating to someone who's also here. We've got just onboarded Super King Nicholas, who's looking to help us organise some Web 2 gaming, as well as make up our ambassador calls far more lively.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yo, Luke, listen, you think your 4 to 5 questions was enough? No, I gave this guy, I think, 9 to 10 questions. All right.
If you're multiplying them by 2 to 3x every week, I'm a happy camper. Like the biggest enemy is our pregnant pauses in this call, in my opinion.
Oh, if you think the pros are bad in these calls, wait till you come to an ambassador call.
You'll just hear a big book slap on my desk, and I'll be like, "All right, Luke. So, you ready for the 15 question? You want to play 20 questions, Luke?"
Hear the pages rustling. That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah, it's going really well.
To be part of it.
No, I love it. Sounds good. And I see that Sherrell is here now too. So how's it going, Sherrell? Any updates from your side?
Hi, everyone. So no big updates for me this week. We are going to be meeting with our partners at Export next week to talk about some of the things to finalize some of the things we talked about on this call last week on the community side, and hopefully we will have some updates for you guys soon.
Cool. How's your summer going aside from that?
It's going well. My daughter starts middle school in 3 weeks, so
my gosh,
it's so exciting. Time is flying.
I know. I got my son is going to be in kindergarten and my daughter's going to be in first grade, and so they're finally at the same school. But it's a weird mix of feeling old and well, they're young at the same time. It's just interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting time. I heard middle school is an interesting age.
I used to love summers, and then now I'm like, when are the kids going back to school? I'm not doing that at all. Sorry.
It goes by too fast.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's great. It's good to hear too that the export stuff's moving forward and things are good.
Yeah, we have some fun stuff to talk about when we meet.
Nice, excellent. I see Godson's here too. How's it going, Godson?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. What's happening?
I'm okay. Welcome back. We kind of missed you.
Oh, I missed you all.
Not gonna lie, it was very interesting watching them fumble the whole process.
Awesome.
Man, this is usually the day when I write the report and give it to you. But if you like, I can just tell you.
Yeah, whatever's clever, man. Yeah. If you want to, I'm sure folks would be interested to hear like what you're up to and stuff. If not, no worries too. I put you on the spot.
Oh no, okay. I mean, I can summarize real quick.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, over the last month, I got like a partnership with a grassroots agency in Nigeria.
Nice.
People that actually like go around and actual talk to like actual people, as opposed to just like the top down approach that we've been that I've been using with Twitter and ads and stuff. But it's been really good. Grew the Twitter handle for Brave in Nigeria, like 400 users, 400 followers over the past month. Everything is just like, everything is organic too. I mean the agency, like their network is kind of like growing fast. So pretty much, if I just keep the partnership with them, if I keep the communication open and keep working with them, basically we get like plugged in through the side as they work through the whole country. So that's nice. I'm also doing something else completely different, but it's kind of like I don't know, man. I don't know how else to put it, but I saw like someone do like a charity drive earlier on Twitter, and I figured that would be a great thing to do for
that sounds awesome
for the brand, because the country doesn't have like a safety net, like a social safety net. So pretty much, if you're like born disadvantaged, like truly disadvantaged, you're like in a home or something, and it's all like privately funded and stuff. So I figured I should do that. So I have a cousin of mine in Lagos preparing to do something like that. So if you see it over the next like week or two, that's basically what it is.
Oh, that's rad. Yeah, let's connect offline on that too, because I'd love to see if there's anything we can do to help support that too.
Great. I'm sure there's other stuff, and usually when I'm writing it, I would remember. But
it's all good. I totally put you on the spot here, and that's plenty. That's super helpful, and I'm sure folks appreciate getting the download too.
Right.
Awesome.
Well, thanks. Welcome back.
Appreciate it. I see that we also have Paula here. Paula, how's stuff going on the LATAM front?
Hi, everyone. I actually have some updates, pretty similar to the updates from last week, but Luke wasn't there, so it's perfect. So on August 17 and 18, Wilfredo, our ambassador from Colombia, will also be part of the Crypto Latin Fest in Bogota. It's an event that has about, I think, 1,500 attendees, including a lot of Web3 entrepreneurs and developers. So it's a great opportunity to onboard new users. So he will have like a small team as well there. We have sent some swag to be distributed, and we will share more details of the event soon. And I'm also going to do a presentation to a group of students in one of the I would say, the best of universities in Costa Rica. It's called the UNA, or Universidad Nacional, or National University, in order to show the advantages and resources that we can find in the browser for both teaching and learning. And I will also be sharing dates and more details about it soon. With the ambassadors from LATAM, we will be hosting our back community call in Spanish this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern in Twitter, like always. If you want to join, you are always welcome. And on a different note, I'll start making voiceovers for some videos in Spanish this week. And also with Jenny, like she has mentioned before, we will update some of them from the Brave and Back Community YouTube channel and create new ones as well. We are always open to suggestions, like if you want to see a video about something specifically, like tutorials about Brave, features, the Brave wallet, or even Web3 and crypto. So please let us know. And also, I have posted the most recent summaries from our Twitter Spaces in Notion and Discord in the AMA Calls Recap channel. So if you missed them or want more information about the projects, you will be able to find it there. I'll be sharing the Notion link in the chat in a moment. But yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Awesome. No, appreciate it. Like, it's great to hear those updates and hear the latest going on the LATAM side. Sounds like you and Jenny are teaming up on some awesome stuff. Cool. There's some relevant news too that's kind of floating around Twitter, but there's this like web environment integrity proposal that Google is kind of cramming through, which, long story short, it's almost like kind of taking DRM to websites, right? Like level. And so Brave and Vivaldi and a couple others have been pretty vocal against this. I put in chat a tweet from Brendan where he kind of breaks it down a bit, but then I also put in a tweet from the Brave account where it points out, and this is one I drop often because it's really kind of a cool page on GitHub. It's a non-comprehensive list of all the things that the Brave team does to neutralize or proxy or remove certain pieces of the Chromium source code to kind of, protect privacy and security and all that stuff and make sure the user first protections are in place, like even at the core browser code level. So I put that in chat in case anybody's interested, but just wanted to kind of add that bit. I think we've got Crippled Resistance with a hand up. How's it going?
Yes. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. With what you told us, I'm going to be a little longer. How are you going to market the shit out of what you told us? Because this is a really good opportunity to really market the shit out of Brave.
I agree. I think that they're doing some testing with the messaging to kind of see how it sits. And I know that our PR folks are pushing to get, Brave into the more public conversation of this. I can check back with the marketing team unless there's somebody from the team on the call that has anything else they want to follow up with more specifically on that front. But
I mean, these opportunities are very rare, so take advantage of it.
I agree. And like, what would you like to see us do? Like,
I would like you to get on all the talk shows. Like Timcast and Joe Rogan, of course. Just go. Right now, don't hold back.
I agree. I will take that to heart. And I think I actually, like, somebody here in the community, maybe it was McFly or somebody, like, hooked me up with the Timcast folks. I'll go rekindle with them.
Sorry. And it's your time. Go get it.
I agree. So let me open it up then, unless I missed anybody. If I missed anybody, feel free to speak. Carlos is here. How's it going, Carlos?
What's going on, Luke? Great to have you back, man.
What are you doing, man?
This time I'm still cooking, but not actually, so we are good.
Anything cooking on your side with the with search API or anything interesting you feel like sharing with the community?
Yeah, we are doing a lot of outreach, having a lot of great conversations, a lot of good deals. Actually went to New York City yesterday to have a meeting with people. There's a lot of interest. I was told that Braves position is quite good. So we're really optimistic in where this can go in the coming quarters and years. But we're just building right now, just really hustling. We got to keep kind of nose to the grindstone because it's a jungle out there with this. But on the crypto front, I'm prepping for conferences in the fall. While I'm doing the API, I'm still focusing on crypto and Web3. I'm probably going to go out to Breakpoint. I'm looking forward to Mainnet happening next month in New York City. It's usually my favorite conference in New York City region from Masari. And yeah, looking to meet up with old friends and get everybody together again.
Awesome. Is there a conference? Are we doing like an AI conference next week?
We are. We're doing. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're doing an AI conference next week in Vegas. I could not go. But Jan from our team is going, and I think Max is going to go as well. Jan is speaking at the conference, so we're pretty excited about that. So that's happening in Vegas, I believe, next Tuesday. And then another thing that the community might also be interested in is there is currently a vote going on to list BAT on Jet protocol, which is a borrow lend protocol on Solana. I will share the tweet out. It just happened. I just got it like yesterday. And yeah, show your support. So we're looking to get BAT across different chains and more liquidity there.
Awesome. No, that's a great update. And I when you mentioned conferences, it reminded me of the one next week. So appreciate the info on that too.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's see here. Super King Nicholas has his hand up.
I'm really curious. You just mentioned not too long ago that you got an invite to Timcast, like that show.
It was I got linked up with one of the co-hosts. I'm trying to remember his name. And he actually hooked me up with Matrix, with like a developer group that they all work with or something. And I have the point of contact still. I just need to. I can reach back out to them. I think he might have someone else doing bookings now, but like Cassandra or somebody like that might be doing it. I could be horribly wrong here, but but yeah, like I'd love to go on the show and talk to them about what we're doing.
Yeah, no, because I used to watch him a lot, and I'm definitely a fan of his. So it would honestly be really cool to see you on that show. Because he did, from what I remember, he doesn't like hold back punches. Like if they want to dissect everything you're saying, they're not gonna be nice. Like they're gonna like not that they're gonna be mean, but they're gonna dissect something if they're curious about it. And I'm really interested to see how you'll fare up live time against that stuff.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Like I remember too, like at one point, I think Brave Search came up and they were pulling up. I think they pulled up a different search engine and were comparing it, or they did some. I think it might have been the Tiananmen Square kind of test on the image search or something. But I love it.
Yeah, it was with Ian. I think Ian was looking you up, or not?
Exactly.
Yeah, he was looking that result up.
Exactly. But welcome the questions and would love to go on there. And I've been following him since like back in the Occupy days when he was doing reporting on the ground there.
Oh wow. Yeah, I started to follow him in 2016 and all that stuff.
Yeah. I kind of stopped later on, but I more recently, like a year or so ago, I started kind of falling back in the group again with it.
Yeah, I've been detoxing politics out of my life. So for the past 3 years, I very rarely ever watch him, if at all. But when I do, I enjoy myself.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's good. That's good feedback. I see too. One Stroke asked how search ads are going. I can give an update on that too. So there's been a ton of work going on with search ads. The sales team's been pushing them pretty hard. And what they're trying to do is basically like we can see from the index like what people are querying and filter down like different categories that we could monetize from that. And so now like we got a new head of or VP of sales that started in the beginning of July. And so he's working on kind of getting the sales team kind of tuned up and focusing on that strategy. But there's a bunch of stuff we can also do with search that we hadn't really marketed before on the advertising side. It's not just even relevant just for search ads. So like, for example, if we're running like a sponsored image and or new tab takeover, whatever we're calling it, and news ads and push, we could do things like, oh, well, before we ran your campaign, we saw that there was this much organic search intent for what keywords or categories or whatever they're related to your brand. And then like, because we started showing ads to people, like all of a sudden we saw this big of an increase in search intent, like by people querying for these types of things, like kind of showing them different ways of like looking at their success of their campaign that not everybody could necessarily show. So things like that are going on. One thing too that we have a guy, JP on our team, has been digging into like automated keyword generation and things like that a lot of the time what you get are these massive keyword lists from search advertisers where they try to kind of target every keyword, target every variation of a keyword, and then misspellings and blah 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 blah. And sometimes that works, and other times it just kind of pollutes the system, or it'll give you a relevancy. And I think like one thing that we've learned through some really stellar folks on the team is that like people often don't really differentiate between that search engine result ad and an organic placement. So what's really important with search ads is to make sure that like the search ad relevancy is on par with what you would get from an organic result. So a lot of effort has been going into what are ways that we could automate kind of the keyword process to make sure that the placements are getting targeted effectively and that we're not like showing them on things they're not relevant for and things like that. And then the other piece of this is that the team's working on integrating search ads into self-serve, which is like a big Q3 goal because the self-serve work is moving along too. And I can give an update on that front. A bunch of work's been happening on self-serve. So the payment portal, so Stripe payments and then Pay with Bat are code complete in self-serve. And then the team's also been working on like really streamlined onboarding. And I saw it this morning and it's super slick. I think in 2 different screens, we can onboard an advertiser basically into the system, which is exactly what we hoped we would get out of that. And so those 2 pieces are pretty big ones that are done. And now the last 2 big milestones that we want to get done for Q3 on self-serve are to add the search ad unit to self-serve, and then also add Brave News ads to self-serve as well. Because if we have those 3 ad units, the notification, the news ad unit and search, we're basically covering like a pretty big spectrum of users. And a lot of folks coming into self-serve might just expect to see search there or expect to see other ad units there. And so it gives us the right elements to then go market self-serve to like mid and long tail, like pretty aggressively at the end of Q3 and beginning Q4. So we're super excited about that. We've been seeing a bunch of uptick in self-serve customers too. And we actually saw a pretty solid someone paid with Bat for a small test. I think it was like $500 or something, and then just got back to us 2 days ago and was like, look, we want to take advantage of the Bat promotion and basically do like a 25K campaign with this. And so I'm not going to say who or when until the transaction clears and it's real, but like we're starting to see some fruit bore around that Bat initiative, and then getting a Pay with Bat option in there is like pretty important for that too. So those are some updates on the ads front, and then a bunch of work's been going into just kind of assessing each of the ad units too, to make sure that our new VP of sales is like really armed with, the latest data and factual information to kind of reshape the pitch and get out there with it. And then, that's an update on that. So hope that helps. Let's see here. One Stroke asks, thanks, Luke. Speaking of keywords, is keyword rev share still a thing? It was something we were exploring. I'm not sure what the current status of it is, but I can check with Brendan and maybe have an answer for you next week. C-Ray says, did I space out or didn't get an answer on search ads going live for rewards? No, I missed the question, I guess. I think, but search ads haven't gone live with rewards yet. I'm not sure what the timeline is for that, but I can try and find out for you next week. I can check with Chris.
All right, awesome. No, I knew they just had asked about an update on search ads, so you spoke on everything you did, and I was waiting for the rewards.
Oh, got it. Yeah. No, that's an important piece that I left out, not intentionally, but yeah, no. So I'm not sure what the status is on that. They've been working on the rewards team's been working on integration with the new exchange partner. And so I know that's been eating up a bunch of the focus there. And then some of the stuff that Brendan mentioned on the last call or the call before last too.
All right. And if you don't mind, I'll jump in. Speaking about the exchange partner, are we not close enough that we're able to say who it is or anything yet? It's still kind of top secret.
I'm not 100% sure. I think the deal's close to done, but I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm just erring on the side of caution and not saying it yet.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll loop us in as soon as you're able.
As soon as I get caught up on it.
Luke, speaking of that, the new exchange partner, and also, with Brendan, I think mentioning a couple of weeks back that, potentially in the future not having a KYC, will it kind of be like a mix of you can kind of choose either or how will that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. So initially, there will be options, right? So you'll still have paths to go through a custodian, and then users will have a path to settle out on chain with BAT, and to pick which chain. There'll be a default. I think we'll default to Solana, and then there will be other options too for users that want to go to other chains, and all that. So, but it's not going to be a one size fits all thing. I think there's a couple of reasons for that. One, like everyone on this call probably is super comfortable transacting on chain with things, but one of the things that's been interesting about rewards is that we've been able to be that first opportunity for a lot of people that wouldn't normally get into crypto to get into crypto, which they might be more comfortable with a relationship that's more on the custodial side, like a bank or something like that. So not necessarily everybody that's in rewards would want to go down that path, but now we're excited to be introducing that path for folks that have definitely been vocal about wanting to have it, right? So I think it's a mixed approach. And then there's also some regulatory things in certain areas where it might need to go a certain way, but I'm not going to comment on that yet. But the fact of the matter, like the reality is that like it's, there's probably a good cohort of users that doesn't really transact through a self-custody wallet, but still wants to get rewards. So we'll keep the custodial options for them, and then people can settle on chain if they want. And with that program, or with that approach, it's probably going to get phased in. So we'll probably, open it up for folks like that are super into Brave and BAT initially to get testers in and testing the flow, and then open it up more broadly as we go with something like this because it's such a big change. But I think that James and Chris will have more updates on that as we get closer to it, and it'll be in the BAT roadmap too that's underway.
Yeah, that's very cool. Pretty much, answer my question. So it kind of be options there. And then one other question on that. So will that open up, different regions that maybe currently aren't available, stuff like that? Or is it going to be kind of more in the same line of same regions and stuff?
No, it'll, I mean, that's one of the big wins, I think, with with adding this new option is that it's independent of custodian, right? So it should help to bridge the gap for folks that don't have service now, but still want to participate.
Very cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course. Crippled Resistance, you have a hand up.
So with the new potential partner, would they or would somebody like this or whatever be open to using credit cards or something like that?
Well, can you play the first part?
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Would this new partner be open to using credit cards to buy crypto or something like that?
Yeah. So the new partner is going to be like on the reward side, like for settling, kind of like how Gemini or Uphold our new partner are partnered up with us on that front. So similar level. What we get with this new partner is more regions that Uphold or Gemini currently don't support, which is like a big part of this.
Okay, so is there another partner besides Ramp that you're allowed to use a credit card with?
Oh, to buy crypto in the wallet. Yeah. So we have Transact. You can use credit card with them. And then the other partner we have is Sardine, which you can use ACH. I'm not sure if they have credit card yet. In Nightly, we have a Stripe. I think it just rode the trains on Nightly. There's a Stripe on-ramp partner there. I don't think we formally announced it yet, but if you're on Nightly, I think you'll see it. And then there's another partner that we've been working with on the Pay with That stuff, but that's not really totally related.
Thank you.
Yeah. And One Stroke, as soon as I can tell you who it is, I will. Cletus.
Hey, hello. Am I coming through?
Yep, loud and clear.
Right. Cool. Yeah. Going back to the theme of marketing, I fully endorse y'all's decision to try and make a push to go on Timcast. I'd also recommend a channel called Robert Braxman, who is super detailed into protecting privacy. I feel like going onto his show would really boost your credibility with the hardcore privacy group.
Robert Braxton, like Tony Braxton, but with Robert?
Braxman.
Oh, XMAN. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, super hardcore, like made his own variation of Android OS, that type of dedication to privacy.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And also, I'd like to make a suggestion. I see you guys pushing a lot on Twitter, but are you guys pushing as well on other social media sites like Gab and Truth and Rumble and those kinds of places? Because I feel like you're much more likely to encounter people trying to break away from mainstream tech or mainstream in general on those sites as opposed to Twitter.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. So far, I think the team's been working on adding more stuff to like Instagram and I think even TikTok maybe, but like we've been doing a bunch of research on those kind of alternate platforms too, and Rumble's one that looks really interesting, and so do some of the others. I think when we've been looking at it, we've been kind of evaluating by like there's actually like a really good study by Pew Research that was last fall, October or something, where they basically evaluated all the different kind of alternate content platforms, and it was a study. So people were polled and answered questions, and they got a bunch of the big creators from each to kind of participate in the study, and a bunch of interesting info there. And it totally aligns kind of with what you're saying, because the audience levels on these platforms aren't as huge as they are as in like a TikTok or an Instagram or Facebook. But like the really interesting thing from the studies is that the user base is so active there that they tend to share things on multiple platforms daily. And then they tend to kind of go to one for news and then go to one to publish. And it's becoming a thing where you can really see it on YouTube, where, you know, things used to be pretty bucketed toward a certain slant politically or whatever to get demonetized, but now it's kind of getting hit to everybody. And so you're right on the money with saying around the mission focus, right? Like, I think that if there's a potential to get a user, like a user on Rumble, right, like is probably more likely to jump onto Brave because they already get it. They already understand how big tech can kind of demonetize or mess with things, whether it's censorship resistant or monetization or whatever. And so we're looking into this a lot right now because we want to get sticky growth, like to bootstrap with. And I have a strong suspicion that, like, even though we're at like over 50 million monthly actives, like, I have a feeling that our market penetration in these platforms is still pretty small. And so I think we could probably, you know, swing there and get some wins. But I think it kind of comes down to just like swinging there to begin with, right? And seeing what happens. But I have a suspicion that you're correct in that we could probably get a bigger swath of users or a loyal swath of users that already gets it and could help with word of mouth too. So it's something we're really looking into. The thing that's been interesting looking at these platforms is like the scale too. Like, some of them I thought might be bigger than they are. Some are bigger than what I thought. But I think it's one of those things where if we can find a pitch that resonates with one of them, we could probably apply it to multiple and start to compound the growth too.
All right, thanks for taking my question.
Yeah. And Cripple Resistance says Jimmy Dore. I like Jimmy Dore. That'd be awesome. He's a funny guy. All right, let's see. Anybody else have a hand up or want to talk about anything? Ronki, I think you had a question too about what was it? 2 weeks ago, I inquired about two-step authentication on Brave Password. Is there any word about whether that's being implemented anytime soon? I'm not totally sure. I'm a little behind because I was gone last week. But let me check on that. I know there were some questions too, similar questions on Twitter, I think, but it was more around keychains with oh god, with Mac OS. But yeah, let me get an answer for you for next week. Baz asks when I'm going to stop by an ambassador meeting soon. I think I've got them on my calendar. I just need to show up to one. Would you like me to show up to one? The next one?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. When are they? Can you remind me? 'Cause I'm an idiot.
We have one on Monday that's open to everyone. Then we have a Thursday one that's just the leads.
Okay. Let me see when that is. Okay. I see when that is. Okay, yeah, I'll try to make it.
Nice.
I'll make it to one of the two. Hopefully, yeah, that'd be awesome. What else is up? How are you doing, Baz?
I am doing well. Been busy, but got through most of my big work stuff. So trying to relax now. Going back up to Canada next, or I guess later this month too.
What part of Canada?
Montreal.
Aha. I see. You should meet up with Jenny.
We might, but if she's around.
Oh yeah, she's not around. I know her. I think. Well, maybe she is. I don't know. I can't keep a track where everybody is anymore.
I might meet up with somebody else from Brave who might be up there, but we'll see.
Yeah, awesome. I see Holy House asks, his Brave News section is not working on my end when a new tab is open. It's been a few days now. Any solution? Is that, can you specify which OS? Because I saw something similar. I think it was on, oh gosh, I think I saw something similar and I saw it resolved too. But it'd be helpful if you give me a Windows 11. Okay, cool. Thanks. Is that on a nightly or just a normal release channel? Do you know? Or beta? Well, if you know, just drop it in chat. Otherwise, we can have everybody check. But I remember seeing something similar like a week ago for I think it was like half a day, and then it went back to normal. But I will send a note to the team on that right now. I'm making a note to send a note.
I have that issue intermittently on Android main build, as well as the Brave Rewards button being unresponsive sometimes.
I had that one. I opened a ticket on that one, but let me see where that's at. Is that happening now, Bows, to you?
The news is working now. The Brave Rewards button isn't working at the moment on mine.
Okay, got it. Not good. Okay, cool. Just making some notes here. All right. Anything else? We got 15 minutes, folks, to chat about whatever you want to talk about.
Hey,
Hello.
I have this idea, right? Hear me out.
All right.
If we turn on our cameras, we'll be forced to actually like interact with each other. Everybody just does it, you know, and then we can be looking at each other. But I can't even see myself, so I don't know what I look like right now. But
I see you.
great. I hope I'm dashing as always.
You look strong, Godson.
Wow,
I
that's interesting adjective.
I will do it.
I feel like a fist would come out of the beard and punch me in the face like Chuck Norris. It's like a lightning bolt will come out, like it's Zeus in there.
I wish Jenny was here so that I could bully her about sending me the t-shirts again.
I can ping her about it. I know she's on vacation this week, so
I know she is busy. We just every month or so I say, hey, what about the t-shirt? And she said she'd be like, I'll ping you in Slack, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll see you. And then we don't get around to doing it.
2 more weeks. Awesome. Well, I know Super King, you had you said you had a book of questions. Do you have any that you want to ask now?
Oh no. I had a book of questions for Ern, but I'm just mentally preparing you for the possibility of me having a book of questions.
Oh, okay. Cool. Batearn's got a hand up too. You got a question? Thing you want to say?
Yauga have been like really keen, badgering me every day. So I thought I'd take this opportunity while I've got you here. They're launching like a PFP project, and they need something to mint it with. And they wondered if they could do something with us. Maybe they did a mint in BAT.
I like people minting stuff in BAT.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about this on another time. We just got to schedule it.
Yeah. Throw it on the counter. Let's talk about it.
Okay, Ace. Yeah. We'll talk about it another time. I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah, sounds awesome though.
Yeah, because they're really keen, but we kind of hit that roadblock of them before, so trying to find out another route rather than let them down.
Yeah, let's get it all squared away. Like, you know, I'm down to. We want more BAT NFT holders too. You know?
Oh, we've got the birds NFT as well. But yeah, I'll let the next guy speak.
Yeah, exactly. I see. Cletus, you got a hand or two.
Yeah, I got a question about the idea of super chatting with BAT. Like, is it something within the realm of possibility of attaching a message to a tip to a creator that can then run through an interface that pops up on their stream? Kind of like what is it? Streamlabs does, except instead of using currency like dollars, it would use BAT. And then like at the end of the month where everyone gets paid out, it'll kind of just a ledger keeps tab of who transferred to what and who gets what, and kind of send the BAT out that way. Is that something that's possible? Because I feel like that would work great, be a great use case for the amount of BAT a typical user would earn in a month.
Yeah, I think it'd be super helpful too. Like, it's one of those ways where people could get more out of the program too. I know that this was getting kicked around like conceptually, like with talk too. I'm not sure if Marshall or anybody else might have some thoughts on how feasible that might be, but if so, feel free. But we can take that down and take it back to the team. Let's see here. C-Ray, you got a hand up.
Yeah, 2 things. One was going to say, if you can loop back around to Search Team, we're still getting people complaining about the CAPTCHAs especially if they go to use a VPN.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's been brought up and no support, but it just seems to keep coming and not getting resolved. So hoping they can kind of tweak that. And you said you're still
really quick before you jump to the next thing. Do you know specifically what countries users are getting that issue in?
no, not at the top of my head. I'll have to try to reach out to each one.
No, you don't have to worry about it. I just if it was top of mind, that's cool. But if not, no worries.
All right, gotcha. I was gonna say even that one was like 2 hours ago, but yeah. So
oh, got it. Okay, thanks for sharing that.
yeah, no, I'll have to dive into some of these other people and see if we can even figure out when they were talking about that. Other thing was circling back on rewards. You said that you guys were still talking about the idea of the flagged accounts and everything, right?
Flag account. Still talking.
Well, right, because we did have a pretty significant increase on flagged accounts here over the last month or two. I know when speaking to Chris Cat, it was because the anti-fraud team made some changes. But I'm even seeing some, like there was a recent post where someone had put in a ticket because they hadn't received payments for a couple months. I guess they received a thing saying that they'd be receiving their payment in the next payout. But then suddenly, like a couple days later, it told them they're flagged.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just things like this that I'm trying to figure out since we are getting that feedback of if anyone's still kind of figuring it out or what.
No, they are. I think, like I mentioned kind of in the beginning of the call. So after the call was a week before last, I took those issues back to the team, and I'm kind of breaking them up into different, triaging them basically into different groups to contact around them specifically. But I think the points that really jumped out at me were, especially the context where like we say something will happen and then people don't know they have to open the ticket. Those types of things are ones that I flagged like super high priority. And then some of these other ones too, I think especially false positives are not great, but we need to work on the messaging for how that's presented in the product and make it more intuitive and less like confusing. Right. And so I don't have any updates on where that's at other than like I've been presenting the issue to the team and from the different pods in the company to like, tackle. But let me check in with them this week and then and follow back up next week.
All right. Awesome. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And I see too, like some people wanted or saying they're not getting responses back on tickets and stuff. And I saw somebody on Twitter too, somebody that I've gone back and forth with a couple of times that mentioned that they got flagged too. So it definitely seems to have bitten people that are legit. So we're working with the team on, I brought them what we said, or we talked about the last meeting, but let me follow up with them and see where stuff's at.
All right, cool.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Godson, do you have another question? Someone's got a poll where you're featured in a poll.
I'm in a what now?
In the chat, you see a polls.
Oh, let me see. Oh boy. No, he can't.
Listen, man, I got that Joseph Joestar birthmark on my back, and I got pictures to prove it. I don't know, man. Mustang's gonna come out. You're gonna get beat up.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, but like you don't even have a chance.
Bro.
You have zero chance. Even on my worst day, you have no shot. It's okay.
You know what we gotta do? You know how like Jake Paul has boxing matches with every YouTuber? We gotta do Brave Boxing.
I know. There was that, what was that group of folks, Drew, that you had in the karate club? I don't know. I'm butchering the name, but
the karate combat. Yeah,
karate
throw
combat.
them in the ring on there.
I met Godson in person. I would not mess with Godson. I can say that, but I haven't met the Queen yet. So.
Oh boy. Yeah. No. My question was about the new exchange partner because, like being the guy for like for Nigeria, there's a lot of like talking points that I can't push, or like articles that I can't publish because it all hinges on it doesn't really hinge on, but like it would be nice to say, oh, join the content partner program or whatever, but you can't do that if you're like in Nigeria, because a lot of the previous partners just didn't support the country at all, especially when it comes to like KYC and stuff. So I don't know. My question is like, is the new exchange partner gonna be able to actually like support Nigeria? Should I start pushing that?
We'll have some more specifics, like specifically which countries when we announce it. But I think like here's the other thing. So we're doing users will be able, as Brendan mentioned, was part of the roadmap update that we're going to release. Users will be able to settle BAT on chain without the whole custodial KYC process, and that would be something where folks regardless of country, most countries, like I think as long as it's not like an OFAC or country or something like that sanction, but should be able to settle there. But also I remember so Chris mentioned too, on the reward side, they're working on chain peer-to-peer tipping and things like that. And so I got to double check with him, and I'm pretty sure that would allow for creators to get involved too that might be in restricted countries on the custodial side too. So I think that whether that new partner handles it or if they don't, then the on-chain stuff should be able to handle that when that's released too. But we can get more updates here on timing.
Are we not on any dexes?
We're on dexes, I think, but it's more around like the settlement, right? Like doing it in a way that's compliant, and we've got some legal stuff that is giving us more clearance to do that now on chain. But before it was always like a compliance thing because things were so uncertain.
Okay, because I have some dex partners that that I could get. Also
Yeah. No, we should sync up on that offline.
Okay.
Cool. One Stroke asked how many employees are now at Brave. I think that we're at 190 or 191. Hope that helps. All right, we got 3 minutes. Anybody else? Oh, who has a hand up? Crippled Resistance, you got a hand up.
Yes. How large of a user base could Brave handle right now?
How many users?
Comfortable without things going badly.
Oh, I think that there have been a ton of effort on infrastructure scaling over the past year, so we could probably handle as many as could be thrown at us, which is my non-qualitative answer to that question. I think it's a good problem to have, but I'm pretty sure that I've been working pretty closely with some of the folks on infrastructure side of things, and they've been, especially on the ad side, but beyond that too, making sure that the services can fail over and scale.
So would you take like 500 million, a billion?
I would welcome 500 million. I don't know if our team would, but I would, just to see where it tapped out. but no, like let me see if I can get an answer to that. But I have a feeling that the answer would be like bring them. In
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. C-Rate.
Yeah, I don't think you'll answer this, but do we have any info on Brave's fiscal? Their profits, I should say.
We don't post the profits publicly, like because we're a private company. Yeah.
What are you?
Yeah, I knew you didn't have to. It was just a question of whether we would say, yeah, we're significantly profitable or what. But yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't really post that info, and I don't know the best answer, so I'm not going to give it right now.
Yeah, all good.
Cool.
It's still loud.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I agree with Bows too, by the way, for what it's worth. I think we need some polishing on things. That's cool. All right. Let's see here. WinBat roadmap, we're working on it now. So I'm going to say 2 more weeks. And yeah, we're at time. So we're at time now. So we'll be back. Thanks everybody for joining today. I'm glad I could be back, and we'll be back 1 week from today. Thanks everybody with the questions and updates and etc. And looking forward to seeing you all 1 week from today. Until then, I'll be online. See you there. Have a good one. Take it easy.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Hey, Luke, can you go to Slack for a moment?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Thanks.